All right, everybody, welcome to our final match of the day. Mr. Jeff Booth, he's going to try and surpass the threshold of 11 pounds in Duck Creek on Grand Lake. The first three previous guys, a little bit of tough fishing out there. So we're going to see if later in the day has any kind of difference in being able to surpass the 11-pound mark. So we're going to go to Matt live on the water here just in a few seconds. I'm going to cue up where he is going to be fishing in Duck Creek. There you take a look at the map. It's basically point to point and then all the way back toward the end of Duck Creek, right where the marina is. That's going to be off limits there. So basically everything in Duck Creek, and Mr. Jeff Booth going to try and surpass the 11-pound mark. So let's get this queued up, and you guys just stand by. We're going to go to Mark in the Matt on the water just in a few minutes. So everybody stand by.
Ready? Let's fish. Yeah, my game plan is to flip docks when I have to and then try to bug around them, so we'll see. I think this is that 10 or 11 inch paddle worm from Gene Larew, and I've just cut it down. Trying to give him something a little smaller, maybe catch a small fish or two. Wind's actually starting to blow a little bit. I thought that all three of those guys that went before me were being way too serious, but this is some pressure. 1 hour, trying to catch 11 pounds, August the 1st, 1 o'clock. We'll see. Prices even went up. Just add a little more pressure to me, Matt. Thanks, buddy. That'd be a good little payday. Boy, I hate fishing this slow when you have an hour. But sun's up. There's some shade on these docks. It's possible, I guess. One good fish would be a way to get it going. Kind of one of those deals, just about like any tournament. It's all about your decisions, and in this thing, you better guess right the first time, and you don't get to choose your area, so that makes it even more difficult, because I know I'd be sitting at home thinking it'd be pretty easy to go out there and catch a fish right now, but it's a little different when you're out here trying. Surely there's one dumb one somewhere around these docks. Looks like we got some guys out there in a Ranger watching us, and they've got cold beer. They've probably got this figured out. True. Very true. Just gonna have to roll up on a wad of them. And I don't know if we can do that in here or not. But I do know I hate fishing this slow right now. I had an old man tell me one time, you can't catch them if you don't get them on, so you can carry them over that stuff if you need to. Maybe. We're sitting there throwing Gene Larew baits. You just have to ask yourself, what would Biffle do? Imagine he'd have a bug in his hand, covering water as fast as he could. There's a point over here back off my right shoulder, and it comes out a ways, and it's flat. If a guy was going to catch one on a bug, that could be the spot. We're back just past, oh, I don't know, whichever yacht club that is up there, not Cherokee, the other one, I think Arrowhead or whatever, but this spot's can be good, but typically this is good to fish in the early spring or the late fall. Right now, probably not so much. This point right here is where I thought probably would be my best shot at catching a fish. I was hoping to get lucky and maybe catch one off that dock, but as far as this little stretch, this is probably about the best for this bug anyways. There's a lot of brush out there deeper. I just don't know if I have enough time to go out there and try to find those fish. I need some of those to live up here shallow that are dumb. Some good rock. Boy, I felt like a drum right there. Something tapped it. I always thought that the jerkbait was the fish that caught most of the drum, but I've never caught so many drum as you can on a biffle bug. That's awesome. Man, that was a fast 15 minutes. Had 3 guys ahead of me, and every single one of them would tell me how fast it goes. And they're right. There's some trash down there. There's got to be a fish. There's that lake patrol Matt was warning me about a minute ago. They'll pull you over for speeding. Would that count as your time if you're getting a ticket? Does that go against you? We get to call a timeout on that? There's an undeniable voice I hear talking back there that just pulled up, and that's the one and only Ben Jackson. And I guarantee you he's already drinking beer. He's a local fisherman up here, pretty good hand. Oh my goodness. That was the first bite. Don't want to miss them. Probably a drum. Dang it. There's one. I don't know what it is. Probably a drum. It's fighting kind of funny. It is old Gasper Goo. God. Anybody that fishes with me knows how much I hate those things. Right size, wrong breed. I said I couldn't. That's par. I pretty much knew when I set the hook on that fish it was not the right species. Should have weighed him anyways. There's a little drop right there, and that's where that drum was at. But we're not in a bow fishing tournament. Well, you know, you can look on the deck of my boat right here, and every daggum thing that I got from Gene Larew is green pumpkin. So they're either going to have to want to eat green pumpkin, or we're done. I really probably should have started past that no weight, because I want to go over there, and we got a few spots we could hit that's still in our fishing limit area, but not all the way to the back. That's where I was hoping to try and go. And the wind's probably blowing more right now than it has all day. So there ain't a whole lot of excuses. I don't like this dock. I don't like slowing down either. Because any minute I know that old Matt's going to tell me 30 minutes. Remember when I was a kid watching fishing shows, the great Jimmy Houston said if there's a boat ramp going down the water, there was a fish on it. Well, there's a boat ramp, Jimmy. Let's see if there's a fish on it. I can't believe Jimmy'd lie to a young kid like that. Well, so much for the wind theory. It stopped. Got rattled there, probably by another drum. Man, I sit here and think I've got a hard job. Old Matt back here is holding that camera. Oh no, I turn around now, he's got it sitting on the ground. I was starting to feel sorry for him a little bit. I don't think I'd want to hold that camera all day. Ain't no joke. It's brutal. "30 minutes," he said. I knew that was coming. Got a bath after that rainstorm in Fort Gibson. Matt, we're going to make a move, buddy. He said give him 30 seconds. This is a You good? they say decisions. I wanted to go all the way to the back of this, but we can't. But I can go part way back. But now I'm wasting probably a solid 2 to 3 minutes trying to idle through this no wake zone when I probably should have started back here. But I thought I could catch a fish off that point. And I know if old Ben's back there watching me, he's going to razz me on this one for sure. I told all my girls I wouldn't do anything today that would embarrass them. My girlfriend Michelle said, you can't fish with your shirt off. I wasn't going to, but I really can't because you have this microphone on and I'm not going to hook it on my chest. That'd kind of hurt. But if things don't get any better, I'm going swimming. Man, idles are bad as they are, but when you've only got 30 minutes and you decide to idle for a quarter mile, that's even worse. I've never said I was the sharpest guy in the bass fishing world. Every once in a while I get lucky though. Matt's already busted me on speeding, so if he wasn't in here on a Wednesday like this, you maybe just want to run this if you're a law-breaking kind of guy. I'm gonna tip Matt an extra 50 bucks if he'll let me go all the way to the back of this and fish for an extra 30 minutes. That'd probably get us all in trouble. Hope. Yeah, Ben's still back there. So the good news is if we were thirsty, when this 30 minutes is done, I'd put my life on it that he's got a whole ice chest full of cold golds in his boat. But I don't drink beer, so we're out on that. And we're finally out of this no wake zone. So our boundary is basically from that last point straight across this point. That's as far as we can go. I really would like to go all the way back, but that's not going to happen. So we'll fish here. "24 minutes, man. How long did that take us, Matt? I just killed at least 5. That's what I felt like going through that no wake zone, that old boy over there in that push boat. We've watched him for the last hour. He's made it maybe a half a mile. I don't have the patience for that. All my fishing buddies, they're always having to tell me to calm down, don't panic. Kurt Warren, he's one of them. He's always telling people to calm down and don't panic. And him and old John's probably won more money on this lake than any of us. Simple truth of it is, there's really no need to panic. You either will or you won't. And I think we all knew coming into today that it was going to be tough. Fun format. It's definitely different when you have to use a selected number of baits. I pulled one of my hard heads out that was custom made. Matt shut me down on that. You know, if I could fish with that one right there, well, I'd almost guarantee I'd already have 11 pounds. But he killed that idea. So I'm gonna put that one on Matt. I'll show you guys when it's maybe on film before it's all said and done. It's pretty sexy. It's kind of funny, I don't even know why I'm changing rods other than they're different weights. But I was back there 8 or 9 foot, so I threw a little heavier. Now we've come up on top of it. And Matt says 20 minutes. It's a long swim back to the boat ramp. You'd think Matt wouldn't be so rude about how he tells you how much time you got left. Beautiful. I don't think I could catch a fish in a bathtub right now. But we're gonna keep trying. Maybe that's the problem. "15 minutes. This is kind of what it must feel like if you're sitting on death row and you got that big old guy telling you got 15 minutes and they're taking you to the chair. But I ain't joking, it's so hot out here and the wind ain't blowing, I just maybe soon take that chair over this. It's pretty sad. I've got a waypoint out there, and I don't remember what the hell it's for. It's been so long since I've been here. The other two fish that were weighed for this whole day were caught in probably, what, the first 5 or 10 minutes? Maybe I'll catch one in the last 5. I thought I talked a lot, but have you heard Ben be quiet yet back here? I think he's made a new friend. Everybody knows Ben, though. He'll talk to anybody. He'll have you over for supper, too. Best steaks on the lake. I ought to tell everybody on this bass zone where he lives, they can just show up. Matt, why don't you put that camera down, grab one of these rods, and help a guy. You know, somebody's gonna have to rethink this deal because I'm sure people want to see fish caught. We'll have to try this again, maybe November. put us in a farm pond that's stocked full of bass. Then maybe we'll catch some. I told people that I'd be lucky if I just caught a fish. I may not catch, well, I did catch a fish. I'm gonna hold to it too. Who cares if it was a drum? Right out there is the sweet spot of this area. It's where the channel swings around this point, goes way out in the lake. And there's some hard stuff down there, but there ain't no fish. "10 minutes," Matt said. The only good news is I ain't even lost a bait. I haven't got hung up. Haven't had a backlash. We didn't get no tickets. We get to sit on the lake for an hour and a half or so. So it could be worse. Was it getting hot? Your phone is? Was it in that glove box? Oh, it was on the seat? Yeah. You already cooked your phone. Fish out there mocking us. Birds are laughing at us. Well, it's nice to have good friends. Six minutes. I don't know if I'm happy there's only 6 more minutes left or if I'm sad. Now here the wind's going to come out of the west. It doesn't know what it wants to do. Whew. You ain't gonna make me speed up. Say, oh, what old Kurt says, don't panic. Just don't panic. I tell you what, those guys that go out there and do this for an all-out living, we've talked about it before, and you talk about it with your buddies you tournament fish with. And it sounds all glamorous, but man, if that's how you had to eat, I'd starve to death. You can win a tournament here and there and have a lot of good finishes, but 1 hour, is difficult. But it's still fun. I just need like that country song. Have that rich uncle that kicks a bucket and leaves you a bunch of money. I could go get one of them Yeti coolers instead of having to roll around with this igloo. I could get silver bullets instead of Milwaukee's best. I hope this mic is waterproof, because when you say time's up, I'm jumping in, Matt. I was just messing with you, man. We down to a minute yet? One minute. That's probably the last cast. Oh, approaching 1 minute. Maybe I can get 2 casts in. There's our gallery. Not sure who the guys are in the Ranger. I hope there wasn't anybody driving around watching trying to learn something today, because there wasn't a whole lot to be taught. 1 minute. Goodness gracious. The old shalaka. That's what you got to say on last cast. Just throw that bait out in the middle of the lake and see what happens. If you caught one right now, all it'd do is make you mad. Unless it was 11 pounds and 1 ounce. I don't know how to fish. I was going to say, don't hang up and lose my biffle bug here on the last cast. Time's up, he said. Well, that drum was a lot of fun, even though I knew that's pretty much what it was when it bit. No, I knew it was going to be tough. You know, when you come in here and you're starting fishing at 1 o'clock, you got 1 hour to catch a fish, basically in a location that they put you in. Yeah, I knew it was going to be hard, you know, and to reach 11 pounds, obviously that's been shown. You know, 4 of us fished today, and I think there were 2 keepers caught, one that first period and one the second period. Grand Lake's got them. They're here, you know, and if you could go to exactly where you wanted to go, you might have a little better shot at catching one. But there's fish that should be in here, and like Ben's out there hollering, they're on the locator. They're just not biting right now. There's no wind. The sun's right above us. The shad don't even seem to be up that much, but overall, it's fun. It's a fun concept. It's a fun way to fish. I got some Gene Larew baits. That's what I throw a lot of. I mean, I catch a lot of fish on that biffle bug, just like probably everybody else does. So, but all in all, it's a good day. Disappointed that I didn't catch anything, but that's what it is. It's fishing, not catching. All right. That's awesome.
All right, that's going to wrap up the day from Grand Lake. Mark Jeffries in studio. Myself and Matthew will be in studio tomorrow for BTL. We will kind of summarize what went down today on our first one-on-one live lake challenge. So I want to thank all 4 participants today: Rob Wadley, Bill Gaddis, Wes Mabry, and Jeff Booth. A tough day of fishing on Grand Lake today. Very tough conditions. Very little wind, a lot of sun, and we'll get some commentary from these guys. I'm sure Matt will fill us in on what some of the guys said about trying to catch 11 pounds in 1 hour. We're definitely going to do this again. Obviously, with this being the first one, we learned a few things. We're going to change a few things, make things a little bit better. But at the same time, you know, now the prize is up to $2,900 for the next one that we do. We don't know if it's going to be on Grand Lake. It might be on Fort Gibson. It might be on Tin Killer. It might be on Keystone. Who knows where the next one's going to be, but we are definitely going to do it a little bit later in the year. Probably not going to happen in August or September, but once we get to October, when the fishing gets a little bit better and it becomes a little bit easier to reach that threshold, whatever the threshold is for whatever lake we're on. So once again, I want to thank the 4 guys. Make sure 9 a.m. in the morning, Matt and I will be right here in the BTL studio. We will summarize, and then hopefully we're going to have a guest. It was announced today that the Bassmaster Elite Series event in the Chesapeake Bay has just been totally canceled. They're not going to make it up. They're not going to go back. So a topic of discussion tomorrow on BTL. Everybody be safe. We will see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. Central Time right here. Everybody stay tuned.